Last trading day of the year, finally. We're still not at 20K. We thought we'd get there this year, but it's still, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Stocks are set, however, for their very best year since 2013, and that's some good news. David Bahnsen, founder of the Bahnsen Group, joins me right now with a look at when and how we're going to get to 20K. What do you think, David?
Well, I certainly think it's going to happen, obviously not here in the next hour, so at some point early into the new year. And if it doesn't happen by the 10th or 11th, Trish, then I think earnings season will begin. And as we get into earnings season, I really think that the Q4 results are going to be quite pleasant, and we'll, at that point, kind of get to that number, and the markets can breathe.
All right, so there's still time to do some buying, in your view, if people want to buy in the last hour here or so of trading, heading into 2017. What do you think overall for 2017? Are we going to continue seeing this upside in the market, especially if we get those tax cuts?
Yeah, I think that there's a couple of things that are going to be at play. We're really kind of fighting two forces throughout the whole of 2017. The bull story is this Trumpian fiscal policy, corporate tax reform, which will very likely get done, and of course the ACA repeal, Obamacare, things of that nature I think will be positive for markets. But the other side of it that will create some tug-of-war is whatever monetary tightening inevitably has to take place. And so you get a little Trump versus Yellen effect that'll be a big driver in that market tension in 2017.
Yeah, a lot of bears have expressed this concern to me. They are fearful that Janet Yellen is going to be in this, environment in which she is raising rates. And as you said, it's got to happen at some point, right? So she starts raising rates. Their fear is that because there's an expectation of lots of stimulus spending from Donald Trump, that rates are going to continue moving higher, 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 higher. It's going to get more and more expensive for people to borrow money, for corporations to borrow money, and that is going to act as a real retardant on overall economic growth and overall market growth. I think you're more bullish than they are, so what do you say to make everybody feel a little bit better right now?
Well, what I would say to that is that I understand the concern. However, it ignores a much more important factor, which is that so much of what the Fed wants to create gets done for them by this strengthening dollar. Ultimately, Trish, there is no way the Fed can diverge that much from European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan.
So what you're telling us, just to sum it up here, is that the Fed cannot be super aggressive because the dollar is already going through the roof. And,
that's right.
You run the risk that if the dollar gets too strong, and we all like a strong dollar, especially when we go on vacation, if it gets too strong, then corporations from the U.S. will not be able to sell as much overseas.
And even beyond that, it simply not only creates those competitive problems that you're referring to, but it ultimately serves as a barometer for the Fed that things have gone a bit too far, and there's just no precedent for that divergence.
All right, so I like this scenario. So the Fed is not going to be overly aggressive. They'll move as they need to, and hopefully all this Trump-like strong fiscal policy will start to generate some growth. So hopefully we do get to 20K soon. David, it's good to see you.
Good to be here, Trish.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you, too. We're taking a quick break.